What up, though?
Hey, so welcome to Joeblackattacks, and today I am actually vlogging from inside a CVS. That's because pretty much while I was making my little journey or whatnot, I decided, you know what, this week's vlog is going to be about things that I want to pass on to either my child or I just found out that not too recently, or I should let me start this over. I just found out recently that I am going to be an uncle, and so I'm thinking, you know, as I'm walking down the toy aisle here, I am thinking that there are certain things that I want to be able to pass on, or certain values that I want to pass on to the next generation. And honestly, thinking about that is stressful, because at first it means I'm getting old, and second it means that I have to take stock of what's important in life, and I compiled it into a little bit of a list. So I'm going to recite my list and tell me what you guys think. Okay, so thing number one, kindness. Kindness is something that we lack here in the world right now, like way too much. A lot of people are just all about a lot of things, about greed, about money, but just human kindness, being kind to somebody who may or may not deserve it or may not need it. It took me a while to learn the importance of that, and luckily I didn't have to learn the importance of that by being on the needed end of kindness. I've been fortunate enough to see the positive side of being kind to somebody and the actual personal inner joy that you get just from being kind, as opposed to being like very mean. So kindness is one of those values that I would hope to be able to pass on. So that's going to kind of lead into my next virtue that I want to actually give to the youngster that is coming into the world. My next virtue that I would like to pass on to all the kids that meet me or I happen to come in contact with is mercy. And this one took a lot for me to learn, because by nature I think I'm kind of a vengeful person. So it's kind of against my nature to actually say that mercy is a value worth anything. But through living life, I have learned that when you don't put negative energy out into the universe, negative energy doesn't tend to return to you, at least not by means that you're doing. So keep that in mind. Anytime you're putting negative energy out in the universe, and that includes vengeful energy, you're opening the door for negative energy to return to you. And even though you're thinking that you're bringing justice at the time, that doesn't always happen. Like, sometimes if you let people just be themselves and let all of their negativeness just marinate in their situation, sometimes they'll bring about their own destruction or their own misfortune just by letting them be them. And you don't have to do anything about it. It took me a long time to learn that. But once I finally did, it was actually kind of worth it. So I hope that I would be able to pass that on to somebody, the new generation, is you don't always have to be the agent of vengeance. You just have to sometimes just let people fuck their own lives up.
So, another two, I guess, values that I would like to pass on to the next generation would probably be, well, actually, before I actually even get into that, first let me just take a moment out to say hello to my 2 new subscribers. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you guys for subscribing, so I just want to give a simple shout out to you guys. Thank you for being so awesome and hitting that subscribe button. Hopefully you like the content that keeps coming. And okay, now on to the two values that I want to pass on to the future generation. And the next two values would be probably determination and adaptability. And the reason that I put these two things together is because I would like to be able to teach, whether it be my unborn child or my nieces and nephews, the value of determination, just being strong enough and having the presence of will to just be able to get stuff done. So if you have your mind set to a goal, just being able to get that goal accomplished. That's a trait that is very lacking in today's world, or from what I can see, people, if they come up with, too many difficulties, they are liable to not see something to fruition. However, I would hope that I would teach the children that are around me something a little better, some determination, simply. Now, the reason that I put them together is because along with determination, you kind of need adaptability. And adaptability is just saying that there's more than one way to skin a cat. By the way, no cats are harmed in the making of this video here. Hopefully, I don't run over one. But yeah, just being able to say, you know what, okay, I have this goal and I have difficulties. Sometimes force of will alone can say, you know what, I am just going to, despite whatever difficulties happen, I am going to truck through these difficulties and achieve my goal. Sometimes that's the best option. A lot of times, though, when you have a lot of determination, it's better to say, okay, this is my goal, these are the difficulties. If I do this, I can get around that difficulty and, still achieve my goal, even though it may be a different route than I took. When I think about life, more often than not, I've been able to achieve goals by adapting plans on the fly. There have been a few rare instances to where I have just, by sheer force of will and, telling everybody what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, have been able to get certain things done. But when you do things like that all the time, it can make for an environment to where people don't really want to work with you. So that's why I say adaptability is an important skill. Being able to say, oh, that's a difficulty, so how do I get around that? And if I change, if you have that ability to say, I'm going to change my plan up to do this, or I'm going to listen to this person to get that done, and adapt and change, then that is a skill, or I guess it is a soft skill, that would take a person so far in life. And hopefully I am able to relay that value to the future generation. You know what? After some consideration, the last thing that I would want to pass on to the next generation that might come into contact with me, is the ability to be comfortable in one's own skin. It takes a lot. It really takes a lot to get there. And I just hope that I can help, help whoever it is, whether it be, again, my nieces or nephews, or my own children one day, just get to a point to where they're comfortable in all of the choices that they make. They are comfortable in being the person who they are. Even if they get to a point to where they don't like the person who they are, they're at a point to where they can take that, own that, and make a difference and make a change, and change into the person that they want to become. We're all continually growing creatures. The the Joe that you see before you right now is not the Joe that would have been before you 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Put X amount of time before that, and it's always a different person that's in front of you based off of what's going on and what experience you have. And you know, good experiences and bad experience both make up how you react to new experiences. So I would just want the next generation to just be comfortable in their own skin and kind of not be afraid to be themselves, whether that's right or wrong in any given situation. Just being able to say, you know what, I did this, and you know, upon reflection, that was the right thing to do, or you know what, I did this, and upon reflection, that was probably messed up. Let me own that. It takes comfort in your own skin to be able to do that and look at situations and do that. So I hope that I'll be able to pass that on to the next generation. Okay, guys, thank you for watching me and watching my list of, I guess, values that I would like to pass on to the next crew that comes through. If you like what you see here, please feel free to subscribe. And if you like the values that I'm passing on, or if you like any of my other videos, don't forget to share it. Okay? Again, thank you for watching. I love you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later. So, have fun. I will see you guys next week. Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye, guys.